Hello, fam. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. We're going to discuss Christian wife material and what it is made of. What is this mysterious material? Today, we will start with a story. Very cool story, a true story. There's a preacher man who will remain unnamed, who during his sermon stopped and approached a young man and a young woman, and it's clear they're together. The young man has his hand on the woman's thigh. They're sitting together very closely. The preacher man walks up to them and says, "Young man, is that your wife?" "No, sir." "Oh, do you have plans to be married?" No, nothing like that, no." I see. "Well, in that case, would you be kind enough to unhand her future husband's wife's thigh?" Oh, right there in the front row. Oh my gosh. Ooh. If you don't get it, the idea is that one day she will be married, and if it is not to this young man, then that's somebody else's wife, retroactively. What a moment. Boy, I would have hated to be that young man right there. That would have been insane. Jeez. Oh. Okay. That's a story for everyone. That's just for you. Alright, ladies. So I'm going to go into what is the expectation of a Christian man toward a potential wife. In all sincerity and love. And I mean that. And there will be a video on men. Gentlemen. Okay. So what is expected of a Christian woman when it pertains to being wife material for a Christian man? What is a Christian man's expectations? Alright, well, we live in a society where duties of family are not heavily pressed at all. But the first thing that a Christian man is looking for in a woman is a family. Because a Christian man does not do things for the short term, but for the long term. A Christian man is searching for a woman to keep, to marry. We play for keeps around here. It's the only way. It is the God-commanded way to be. So, ladies, a good man, in quotation marks, is looking for a good woman. And the traits of a good Christian woman are as follows. One who is loyal, one who is pleasant, not going to cover them all, but I want you to get the basics, and you can really build on that from there. One who is pleasant, as in pleasant to be around, smiles, wants to make her family happy, knows that she has a God-given responsibility in life as a woman to fill the role of a woman. The role of a woman in the family. Because of course we're talking about women who want to have families right now. If she doesn't want a family, she doesn't want children, she says, oh, I don't really know if I want kids. I don't like the term red flag, but it's a negative, a dangerous thing. This is the perspective of Christian men. That's what I'm trying to impart. Christian men want a family, which means children. It means providing for these children. And it means that you can trust the woman that you're leaving these children with. It also means you can trust the woman. Period. So loyalty is the first and last thing on a man's mind when he is selecting a mate. I won't harp on it, but that's just it. And they gauge loyalty in certain very specific ways. Previous partners or encounters that the woman has had, the more the worse, the less the better. But there is only one real good answer, and that is none. Because a Christian man will not require from a woman relations until after the wedding. Not joking. Christian men, if you can't get behind this, you don't deserve to be getting behind a woman. Ladies, first and foremost, that's what men are looking for. That's what your Christian man is looking for. So don't be giving it up. Not even to him. Alright. A woman who takes care of herself. Meaning that they, for themselves, and of course because they want to look attractive, don't overeat, they don't live unhealthy lifestyles, they treat their body as a temple of God. More specifically, men are looking for a long hair, a weight that starts with a 1, and a good reputation. As far as makeup goes, it's been said many a time, makeup is a lie. That's, in some cases that's true. There are women out there that really just plaster that stuff on, my word. They don't even look like the same person anymore, which I think is supposed to be the idea. That is not a way to keep a man, though. That's a way to attract a man. I personally believe that there is a boundary there. I don't have anything against makeup. As long as it's done in moderation. My goodness, please. So, a bit of eyeliner, you'll hear no complaints from me. In fact, I prefer that personally. I don't think it changes the face. Doesn't really change the person. It accentuates what is already there. That for me is the difference. If it's accentuating what is already there, then that's nice. I mean, there are plenty of ways that men do this too, like exercising your show muscles or whatever you call it, or getting a certain kind of haircut that makes your head look less weird shaped, or trimming your facial hair, and you're done. It's easy, okay? It's a lot easier than putting on eyeliner, I'll tell you that much. Anyhow, I've never tried. I just have seen it tried by women. A bit of eyeliner here. What's something simple? Lip gloss, I guess. But don't go crazy, ladies, please. Don't go crazy with it. Because it's okay to attract, but you don't want that to be the end all right there. Personality is worth a whole lot more. It's been said you can get by as a woman with looks or personality. If you've not been blessed with one, try to amplify the other, I suppose. But for all goodness sake, personality is not unchangeable, and you can stay true to the way that God made you. What I mean is, for instance, I can be a very, very blunt person, and so what I try to do is remember to smile, not make eye contact all the time, or none of the time. Various social things having to do with how your personality is perceived, and that's really just, you're looking for someone to open up to, for sure. In any case, just try to be pleasant, respectful to people around you, not just to somebody you want as a marriage partner, and the rest will fall into place. Either you'll have a good personality to them, or you won't. But we all make adjustments in ourselves. We all have pros and cons in our personalities. Same with our looks. So play to your strengths. All right. So now long hair and having a trim. Is that the right word? Body might be the wrong word. It's a weird connotation. So you want to look like you take care of yourself. That's pretty much it. And having long hair, being somewhat fit. I don't mean muscle bound, somewhat fit. This is biblical. This is Bible right here. So when you read various portions of the Bible, Proverbs 31. Song of Solomon, the New Testament mentions some very important things. These are qualities that a man looks for in a woman. So of course, start with the Bible and see what that says, because a Christian man should be looking for that. That being said, every man has preferences, and it's okay to try to meet those preferences. In fact, it's encouraged. Same for men to women. If a woman asks a man, could you make an effort to say please and thank you more? Well then, the man, a good Christian man, good in quotation marks, will probably just say, oh, of course I will. Shoot. Because I've been kind of rude, haven't I? And that's fine. We all make adjustments. Granted, we're not going to have that discussion. Not today. Okay, ladies. Society tells you, you be you. Go, girl. Do whatever you dang well please, girl. The Bible says the exact opposite. It gives rules for women and men. Guidelines, even, that are very potently drawn out. So please look after your bodies. Please look after your minds. Learn to be as capable in your designed role as possible. So for a woman, that means a wife and mother. That means a wife and mother. You think to yourself, oh, I'm just no good with children. Well, I feel bad for you. I'm sorry to hear that. You need to practice with children. End of story. Oh, I just don't know if I could respect a man enough to XYZ. That's a problem. If your ideal Christian man is someone you can't see yourself respecting enough, that's a problem. Because a Christian man wants respect. It's tied very closely to loyalty. Very closely. Okay. So to fulfill your role, your biblical role, you need to know what your biblical role is. Read your Bible. Believe it. Don't take these soft positions that churches will often feed you. Modernist, societally acceptable, politically correct takes and twists on the Bible. That's what Satan does. He's a degenerate. He changes the good for the worse. So when you read how you are supposed to be in God's eyes as a Christian lady, then that's how you should be. And it is what a Christian man is going to be looking for. There are too many to go over. Well, I didn't go into it too deeply. I may get to another time. But look after yourselves. And be thinking about the day when you do meet your future husband. Because he's going to require an accounting of all your previous actions. He's going to have opinions. He's going to have preferences. It's going to feel like so much. But also not, because probably you'll be in a very loving situation. So aim to please. Don't live for yourself, live for God. And if and when the time comes that He decides you are ready for marriage and children, then when that time comes, you want to be able to hold your head high and say, I did it. I did it. I ignored what everyone told me in society. I did it God's way. And He will thank you for that. He will say, I am so glad that you weren't like all those other nice young ladies that I met before you who did not fit God's role for a woman. So glad that you do. And that is what a lifelong commitment looks like. It's the start of a beautiful story. I'll probably stop there.